In this chapter, we're going to mix the action scene. And some of you have been waiting for the entire education for us to get here. How are we going to integrate 90-odd tracks into one whole? Well, I promise you we do, and it's going to be awesome. In this chapter, we're going to talk about distance to camera mixing, getting that distance feeling where the actor's close to the camera versus far from the camera. What do we do with EQ and all that kind of thing? We're also going to talk about ADR and on-set mixing, how to balance that. And then even more importantly, we're going to talk about what to do with production audio, the stuff that you recorded maybe pretty well that can help get that immersion happening, but how to integrate it with Foley, sound effects, and ambiances to keep your audience's subconscious asleep. And lastly, we're going to use some pretty cool plugins that are native to Adobe Audition to futz someone's dialogue track and make it sound like it's coming out of a transceiver or a phone or whatever. You're going to love it. Let's roll. In the action sequence, we have a lot more reliance on ADR and production audio. There's a lot of production audio going on in here. So let's just jump right in and see what we have. Here's the initial bit here with the production audio. And what do we have on there? Looks like we've just got a low cut filter because there's probably a lot of low junk going on there. I don't think there's anything on the clip itself. It's on the track, yeah. So when we come to production audio, that's a difficult thing. We don't just mix that at -20. That needs to be layered in with sound effects and like room tone with ambiances. And it's a little bit of a massage act. We don't really deal with it much in the dialogue mixing portion. We'll edit it so that it's seamless and doesn't get in the way or anything like that. But typically, it's something we leave for later. So, which we will do now. We'll move on to this first bit here of dialogue with Becky.
I need exfiltration right away.
Negative arrow. Okay, so I've got some reverb on her already, since we've seen this in the other example videos. What have I got here? These are convolutions from the actual room itself that we took from impulse responses. They're very, very long, which is, like it is in the room, like it was in the room there. So let's just kind of take a look at what each one of them sound like. We'll start with the mono reverb.
I need exfiltration right away.
And let's turn that up a little bit louder.
I need exfiltration right away. I need exfiltration right away.
It's a really short thing, again, just to keep the edges of the outs and the cuts feeling a little more natural.
I need exfiltration right away.
Just a little bit. We don't need much of it. And then the next one is our front giant reverb.
I need exfiltration right away.
Yep. Let's try this again.
I need exfiltration right away.
Negative arrow. And it's pretty nice. She's supposed to be really quiet here, so we don't need a bunch of giant reverb banging all around. In the front, she's kind of whispering. It's okay. Let's hear the back, the rear, the surround reverbs.
I need exfiltration.
How about if I turn it on?
I need exfiltration right away.
Negative arrow. And I can have it a little bit louder in the rear.
I need exfiltration right away.
Negative arrow. It's still very, very subtle, the front and the back. And let's just double check that the front reverb setting is slightly different than the rear. Looks like the front is actually, let me double check that we have this right. This is this one. Actually, the pre-delay here should be, on the surrounds, should be longer than the pre-delay on the front.
I need exfiltration right away.
Negative. Yeah, that's better. Mainly because it's hitting, the surrounds are going to come to the front and then spend time to go to the back before hitting us in the back of the head. So the pre-delay is always longer for surround reverbs. If you're going to do a similar kind of reverb between them, the thing that you would change right away would be pre-delay. Surround, pre-delay being longer for surround, the surround speakers. If you're going to use different reverbs altogether, of course, it's a completely different ball game, but that's the first thing I do. Okay.
I need exfiltration right away.
And she's pretty good here just on this general volume.
I need exfiltration right away.
And she sounds great. So let's move on to the next thing.
Right away.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Which is me, and that's horrible because I don't want to hear me. It should sound like somebody's in there, in her ear, in this little, subdural communication device. So what are we going to do here? We're going to make this guy, i.e. me, sound different. How are we going to do that? Well, the first thing we're going to do is get the guy to sound different by changing the pitch. Just the straight pitch, no formants or anything like that. Adding the pitch shifter plugin.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
Now he's a little squat little midget. 2 semitones is what we're doing here. No big deal. But no one would ever say he sounds like me now.
Negative arrow, lose your tail.
Doesn't sound like me at all. And you can use from low precision to high.
Negative arrow, lose your tail.
But the problem with low precision is although it saves a lot of CPU power, it doesn't sound that great.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
The thing we want to do now is make it sound like it's a tiny little device with really bad fidelity and is in her ear. And the best way to do that, honestly, is use a guitar amp, a simulator. And you can use distortion, and it works perfectly well. But with a guitar amp kind of does all of the things that we want. It cuts the lows off, cuts the highs off, because it's only using a mid-range speaker in a guitar amp, and then adds a ton of distortion and crunch. And here, we talk about this in the earlier in this volume. We have drive, low frequencies, mid-frequencies, mid-high frequencies, and very high frequencies. So I'm only using the mid and high frequencies. I'm giving it a nice high gain crunch, and I'm using the Acme GT case cabinet. There's a bazillion of them in here. Any of these will work. I'm using a, why do I think that says condom? What does that mean? I'm failing the Rorschach test. No, that is a condenser VM1, and it's on axis, meaning it is pointed at the speaker, which means it's got a little more high end. You see you have a ribbon microphone and dynamic microphones, but I wanted some more highs. And that's it. Check out what this sounds like now. Let me get back out of this.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
I mean, it sounds fantastic. I love it. It's great. So let's try, just for fun, let's try the 12-inch custom. You can hear the difference.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head.
Has a little more crunchy. Here's a 12-inch open back.
Negative arrow, lose your tail.
So, I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do here. I like the GT cabinet.
Negative arrow.
Here's the dynamic on axis.
Negative arrow.
Here's a 421, which we use all the time on drums.
Negative arrow, lose your.
Nice and crispy. Here's a ribbon.
Negative arrow, lose.
Nice and warm. I just like the condenser, the condom mic. Sounds good to me.
Negative arrow, lose your tail.
Now notice where the volume is for this.
Negative arrow.
Way, way, way down here. I don't want to mix it at -20 because I know I don't want it to be full volume, and it should sound like it's much, much quieter. But also the nature of distortion has us believe in our brains that it's a lot louder than it really is. I mean, if you look at this level,
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
it's completely crushed, completely crunched. And if we go back to her volume, which has nothing of the kind, it's nice and dynamic.
I need exfiltration right away.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
I mean, there's a 10 decibel difference between them, but your brain feels like they sound similar, which in terms of volume, they are absolutely not. But anyway, that's how we got the sound. You can use a distortion unit. You can use any kinds of effects you want. I mean, we could actually add like weird flanging or chorusing in there to make it sound like it's some weird transmission issue. That might be fun to do just for kicks. In fact, let's add a little phaser action here. Set up our loop again.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
Let's try this here, Rubber Monster.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
Let's make the mod rate really slow, the phase difference really wide, and the mix at 50. Well, the mix is probably okay here, and the depth 100%.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
Maybe even, phaser's not doing it for me. Let's try something else. Let's try just a straight flanger. And we'll do a Haight-Ashbury funness.
Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ.
And we'll make the modulation time really slow.
Head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your
Come
tail,
on.
then
There you
head
go.
to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative arrow, lose your tail, then head to the LZ. Negative L, lose your tail, then head to the LC.
And we can do that, and it sort of feels like it's some kind of radio frequency modulation issue.
Negative L, lose your tail, then head to the LC.
And you can see that I'm doing it after the guitar amp. If I put the guitar amp after it, we talk about this in the plugin sections. Listen what happens.
Negative L, lose your tail, then head to the LC.
The distortion kind of crushes the effect if you put it after. But if it's before, we're in good shape. I like it. I think it's sounding cool. Let's move on now.
LC.
What if I can't?
It's a long walk home. Longbow out.
Yeah. Now this is ADR. You'll notice it's on a different channel, this here.
What if I can't?
And that sounds substantially similar, thank the Lord,
I need exfiltration right away.
to that. But we need to add our reverb. It's super dry, so we will match settings.
What if I can't?
It's beautiful, but we do need to match those settings. So it's at minus 27. Probably we'll need to add a little bit more of that center channel, just a bit more. And here we were at 15.2, and here we were at 14.7.
What if I can't?
It's a long walk home. Longbow out.
Damn.
Cool. We might pull those reverbs out on the dam, but we'll find that out. Might be too much reverb on the dam because she's whispering, and we would probably have very, very little reverb because it just wouldn't enter the room. But we'll figure that out when we get everything else in. What else we got here? Lots of production noise. And of course, it's crushingly loud. We'll just bring it down from here because we know it's never, ever going to be that loud. Bring this one down, this one down, this one down, this one down. Still so crushingly loud. In fact, what we may want to do is put a limiter on this because this is so dynamic. I mean, look at this waveform. So let's just do that. Let's put a waveform on it. We're going to go to Clip Effects. Ooh, let's not move it though. FX, Dynamics, Compression, Hard Limiter. Easy peasy. We're going to make the maximum amplitude very low. And I want the release time to be very short. The look ahead time to be quite a bit. I don't need to boost it at all. Let's do the true peak. You are working, yes. And let's mute this for a while. Way too low. Let's bring it down to about 7. Cool. I like it. And we'll do the same thing with this. Here we go. Hard limiter. We're going to do the same thing, like minus 12 probably with a long look ahead. And I don't need you to link channels. We'll make a true peak. And we're going to call this set sound limiter 1. Okay, we need to bring it down further. Maybe not that far. Maybe a little less yet. Cool. And we'll save it again. Set sound limiter 1. It'll ask us to replace. We do. We say yes, and we do it to the next bit. Compression. Hard limiter. Set sound limiter 1. We'll do this one here, here. Hard limiter. Set sound limiter 1. And the last one we'll do is here. Compression, hard limiter. I'm just giving it a haircut because those bangings about are really, really dynamic. Cool. And we'll add a little crossfade into all of this. Sounds good. And the rest of it will take over. What do we got now? What do we got here? Probably him.
Only the most daft of rats.
Or me in the world of ADR. So we want to add the same kinds of sounds. I feel like I'm dark here.
Only the most daft of rats.
And that's probably why. Just a little too much roll off. So we'll bring this up a little bit more.
Only the most daft of rats.
And we might just pump it at 6.5K a little bit, very carefully.
Only the most daft of rats.
Should help. We're going to go DX mono.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Your choices have caught up with you.
Okay, not bad. Maybe somewhere in there. Here is the front verb.
Only,
Ooh, looks like there's automation here.
only,
There surely is. Let's go find out why. Something from some other chapter. What have we got? Show envelope, send output to level. Are you showing it to me right here? Okay, well, for whatever reason, it was automated. We'll bring it up to 14. Oh, I see. There's something else going on here. Well, I tell you what, why don't you and you and you all go away? Won't we be happy now? Yes.
only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Your choices.
Okay, maybe even a little more.
Only the most daft of rats.
Cool. We'll try it with that, and then the surround reverb the same. We'll see if we have automation there.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Your choices have caught up with you, sister.
And we might take the pre-delay and make it a little bit longer for everybody because it's starting to kind of bang around on people's voices. I like the sound of it, but it just might need to be a little bit longer so it's not intruding on dialogue.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship.
Feel how it's still nice and long, but it's not in the way because the reverb's happening 10, 20 milliseconds later.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Your choices have caught up with you, sister.
Cool. Now let's go to do distance to camera mixing because he's far. And wow, there's a lot of little pieces we get to add EQ to.
Only the most daft of rats.
So he's real far. So we want to definitely mess with this. Okay, we're on clip effects. We're going to do EQ, parametric equalizer. Let's see if one of our other ones could work. Robbie Wide. This is from the Beach, a plugin we did from the Beach.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail.
Well, it's not bad.
Only the most daft of rats.
We can probably lower the lows even more, make them more poignant. I tell you what, let's do. Just to be different, let's use a high-pass filter, which will cut everything. Let's try the difference.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Only the most daft.
Let's make it a little lighter, like 12 dB.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking. Only.
And we'll try the same thing with the low-pass filter instead of the shelf. Let's try that, nice and easy, maybe a 6 dB per octave.
Only the most daft of rats.
And better make it 12.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a.
And there's a sense in which it feels like there's a bump in the low frequency that gives it away that it's ADR.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail.
Let's set up a loop here. It's going to drive me nuts.
Only the most daft of rats. Only the most daft of rats. Only the most daft of rats. Only the most daft of rats.
It's a little bit of a mystery. Let's see if we found it here.
Only the most daft of rats. Only the most daft of rats. Only the most daft of rats.
Turn it off.
Only the most daft of rats.
That helps. It helps for sure. There's something else, though, elusive. Let's see if we can find it real fast.
Only the most daft of rats. Only the most daft of rats.
That may be it.
Only the most daft of rats.
It's certainly singing.
Only the most daft of rats.
That's pretty nice.
Only the most.
All right, we'll call this Colton. This is called Action Wide.
Only the most daft of rats.
Cool. Now we go through the tedium of copying the EQ to each one of these. Where did it put it? I trust in a nice place. Of course, at the bottom. Colton. And the presets. I sure wish there were a way to do this generally, like if you had, apply presets, etc. Maybe there will be by the time you see this. I pray there is. I will certainly suggest that it be there because this is kind of a drag. The EQ is actually a really good EQ, and we haven't actually delved into it very much. There's an ultra quiet mode. You can change the range. I mean, the fact that this EQ goes all the way, you can reduce things down to 96 dB is pretty awesome. There's very, very few EQs anywhere that allow you to do that. It's why I do enjoy using it. It's missing. I wish it had 10 bands, but hey man, I'll tell you, if one band allows me to reduce something from a lot of noise to absolute dead quiet in 16 bits, well, that's pretty good. Let's see what we got now.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Your choices have caught up with you, sister.
Okay, so we'd be closer with him here. You know what it is? There's something in the sibilance. I'm hearing it now. It's like a sing-songiness in the sibilance.
Only the most daft of rats. Only the most daft of rats.
Makes it sound like ADR.
Only the most daft of rats tries.
It's elusive. It's a tricky one. Doesn't want to be found.
Only the most daft of rats tries. Only the most daft of rats
No.
tries to.
Where is it?
Only the most daft of rats.
Ah, there it is, little bastard.
Only the most daft of rats.
The pain. Kill it.
Only the most daft of rats
Nice.
tries to sail a sinking ship.
Now.
Your choices have caught up with you.
Okay, let's save this here. Yes, please. And I'm wondering if it updates these. Let's find out. It does not. Let's see if we select it again. I probably have to do this and then this. Unfortunately now on each one of these. This and then this. This. Anything and then this. Thank you. This. And this. Thank you. This. Here. And this. Here. Anything. And that. Okay, now what?
Sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
And that's ADR. So we probably need to do a similar kind of thing. Oh boy, lots of little clips. For her, let's see if perhaps we could even use his setting. Let's find out. See what his setting sounds like with her.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied?
It's a little mid-rangey. Let's try Robbie's wide.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied?
That's actually fine.
How many more do you have to kill?
I like it. Let's go and just use Robbie's on her. If it can be done easily, it should be done easily. I don't think there's any dialogue there. We'll use this one. No one will notice the difference. I certainly won't. Here. Robbie Beach wide. Here. Robbie Beach wide. Here. Robbie Beach wide. Now, what do we have?
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
One more.
Okay, good. I forgot we needed to tune up him because he gets to this medium-y, cowboy-y shot.
Ship. Your choices have caught up.
And here we can relax some of this draconian vibe. Maybe even take off the high pass, the low pass filter. Let's see how that sounds.
Your choices have caught up with you.
No. Way too much. What can we do that's subtle?
Your choices have caught up with you. Your choices have caught up with you.
Well, why don't we try -6?
Your choices have caught up with you.
Better. Maybe -6 here.
Your choices have caught up with you.
Yeah, that'll work. Just dropping the draconian nature of these EQs, the high pass and low pass a little bit, just to give a little bit of a difference in the distance to camera vibe.
A sinking ship. Your choices have caught up with you, sister.
Yeah. Now let's take a look. Now that we got the sound right, let's take a look at the volume here.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Your choices have caught up with you, sister.
Well, that's pretty good, actually. Even sounds louder when you get closer. Let's see where she's at.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Okay, so she's just playing low. We'll fix that with a quick fader.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
That's weird. It's just climbing. So strange.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak?
How about we get some levels?
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Okay, satisfied is a little loud.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
And now it's all kind of low after satisfied.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones...
Yeesh.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
It's a hard one. All right, let's double check the multiband compressor. Let's see what it's doing.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Yeah, let's pull it down just a little bit more. Raise the release. Leave the attack a little bit slower. 3 to 1 ought to do.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
One more.
And I might unlink and make this threshold a little bit less. It's kind of crushing it in that range.
How many more do
In fact, why don't we do this, and a little of this, and a lot of that.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Okay, better.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Yeah, now just a little bit better balance. Better balance. Balance, Daniel-san. Where am I at here?
How many more?
Oh, let's double check our ADR now that we've changed that.
What if I can't?
Yeah, now she's a little low, so we'll need to bring the fader up
What if I...
for this section because we changed the... Actually, I got a better idea. Let's just go like this and change the output gain. Smarter, right?
What if I can't?
It's a long walk home. Rainbow out.
Damn.
Cool. 1 more dB. And we're back to rocking and rolling again. Back to her ADR.
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Now we got to just deal with the fader here now that it's more balanced.
Up with you, sister.
How many...
Oh, let's put it in a touch.
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have...
Ow.
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before...
Once again.
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Good. Now it's just satisfied we have to worry about.
Sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
And now overall it's a little low.
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
One more pass here.
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
One more. 1.
And now he's kind of way out of control.
Up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that...
Okay. Just trying to balance these two bits of dialogue together now because they need to feel a little bit more cohesive than they currently do.
Sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
1 more.
He's like way too loud here, so generally speaking, we'll pull this whole thing down.
1 more. 1. 1. 1 more.
Now here we need our favorite EQ back again, which will change our settings quite a bit. Colton Action Wide High.
1 more.
Good. Now we can bring it back up a little bit. How's this one?
One more.
This one needs the same. Wait. What were we using for this one? Oh, yeah. A version of that EQ. With these at 6.
One more. One more.
Cool. We can bring this back up again.
One more.
Maybe even a little bit more. One more.
One more. One more. More.
I want to change this. I'd like this last more to be more ominous. So we're going to split that and then bring up this EQ. Now this EQ won't affect the one, just the more. I'm going to turn the high pass filter off and let's see what happens.
One more.
There we go. A nice low bump to it.
One more.
Okay. Action, action, action. Fight, fight, fight. And this is another case where it's just crushingly loud. Here we go. We'll bring this down. I'm going to leave that without compression. Well, no, I better not. I better put some limiting on it. It's just way out of sight crazy. Okay. Hello. I'm going to bring it to here. Yeah, a little look ahead, a little short. Better. Good idea. You were right. Should have been in there. Now we're up really close. Everybody's close.
What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed your team even if Jones wasn't a traitor?
You're a monster.
And it's all freaking out. I don't know about this extra breathing. I think that second breath doesn't need to be there. We did it in ADR, but I'm not sure it's valuable at all. Because he's not breathing, he's licking his lips here. So let's cut this out for a second.
What?
In fact, let's just slide this over a little. No, that totally doesn't work.
What?
Now we'll bring it down. Behave now, everybody. Everybody be cool.
What? What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed your team even if Jones wasn't a traitor?
Okay, we're very close. It's still way too loud. We'll bring it down a little bit, but we'll add that EQ and we'll turn the reverb down like crazy. Let's see if we get lucky with, where's our man Josh? There he is.
What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed?
And that would work, except this is ADR, so it's already really too crispy. So we're going to bring the highs down a little bit.
What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed your team even if Jones wasn't a traitor?
You're a monster.
And she's got a lot of high end to her voice, high middle, and we'll add some of that back here, somewhere in here.
What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed your team even if Jones wasn't a traitor?
You're a monster.
Perhaps.
Cool. Now we're going to pull it out some of that handy dandy giant reverb that's going on there. Let's look at send level 2. Like way down because it's all over the map. Send level 3. The surround verb can come down.
What makes you think that?
Too much, but we'll leave it in the surround. We'll bring it up in the surround a little bit more.
What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed your team even if Jones wasn't a traitor?
You're a monster.
Perhaps
Cool. And now let's take a look at hers here. Well, actually, let's fix his volume.
What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed your team even if Jones wasn't a traitor?
You're a monster.
Perhaps I am.
And then he's a little low here. Let's bring him up a bit.
Perhaps I am. But it's better than being weak, like you.
And then that's way too loud. And it's mainly the but perhaps I am, the plosives.
Perhaps I am. But it's better than being weak, like you.
Okay. So what we'll probably want to do is
Perhaps I am. But it's
add a little limiting just to see if we can haircut the but part.
But it's better than. But it's better than.
Definitely.
But it's better than being weak.
So here's with it off.
But it's better than being.
Just jamming all over the place. And if we crush it down about minus 9 dB or so, we unlink channels and make the release time very fast and true peak.
But it's better than being weak.
Even more, we can bring it.
But it's better than being weak.
Yeah. And with it off.
But it's better than.
Right. And with it on.
But it's better than.
Super nice. We like it.
But it's better than being weak, like you.
Okay.
A traitor.
You're a monster.
Perhaps I am. But it's better than being.
For some reason, this seems late. Very late. I'm not sure why. Because we synced this old boy.
But it's better than being.
It's still early.
But it's better than being.
No, it's just way too early.
But it's better than being weak.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better than being weak, like you.
All right. And then let's fix her up here now. Her up, you're up. And I need to show send 2. And I need to show send 3. Okay. Well, hers are already down. Look at that. Probably way too far down. In fact, on this, this is Becky Raw. Have we dealt with this channel yet? Not at all. All right. Well, let's take a look at it then. We'll set us up a loop here.
You're a monster.
Okay. Besides the fact it's way off the charts. Let's turn up a little bit of this. We'll turn up a very little bit of the front reverb and the very little bit of the rear reverb.
You're a monster.
Way, way, way too much because she's getting very, very loud. So we'll scale it back.
You're a monster.
Nice. Okay. And then we'll take the volume, which is going Krasako's technical term. Let's get rid of all of that.
You're a monster.
Even that is loud. We'll bring this down further.
Monster. You're a monster.
Too little.
You're a monster. Monster.
Behave.
You're a monster. You're a monster.
So we actually need to kind of dial in a little bit of this. It'd be very hard to do this. I can leave. This we want to pull up just because we're missing some of these lines. A little too dynamic.
You're a monster.
Yeah, just a little, maybe a little more subtle than that.
You're a monster. You're a monster. You're a monster.
There we go. Lovely.
You're a monster.
Cool. And we're just going to add our little distance to camera mixing in. Let's see what happens with Becky CU.
You're a monster.
Woo, lovely. We're just going to pull this down a few dB from here.
You're a monster.
Even more.
You're a monster.
And split the difference.
You're a monster.
Cool. Let's see if it matches with him now.
Even if Jones wasn't a traitor.
You're a monster.
And we've probably need now of some high frequencies, but it looks like we've got a parametric EQ in here, just taking down the mids. Let's add, just to balance them a little bit better between these channels. We haven't worked with this one yet. some of this.
Even if Jones wasn't a traitor.
You're a monster.
Yeah. Nice. Let's see our volume now.
You're a monster.
Still a little loud. Let's go back to the EQ we dropped in here on the clip and pull it down a little bit further.
You're a monster.
There we go. And then we're going to continue.
I am. But it's better than being weak. Like you.
And then possibly loud set sounds. Which way? Oh, they have crossfades. Good. We'll save. That was some good stuff. All right, let's head to the end. Oh, wait, there's more stuff here. Oh, no. Let's deal with his breathing, which is up here. Shouldn't be much to do there. He's got a multi-band compressor. I think that's the only thing on this channel, so we can drop multi-band compressor down and add a EQ just in the front of it. We could probably help it with a little high-frequency assistance. I also think we can help it with some... We don't need any DX mono, but we would love to see Dialog verb 1 and 2 to give it a little bit of in the room. Dialog verb 2.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Okay, and then that's her. We're going to save. And she's a little crispy mid-rangey here.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
But it's the right thing. She's at the right volume. We just need to fix her up a little bit with some distance to camera equalization, which we'll use Becky Macbeth.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
The only problem is there's a ground loop in there, isn't there?
Then I'm a weak traitor. Then I'm a weak traitor.
You hear it in there? So if we turn up the bass, it becomes kind of a bummer. So we're going to select all. We're going to go to effects here in the editor. Dehummer. There it is. Let's see how it sounds now.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Let's apply it and see what happens. See if that doesn't solve it.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Gone. Thank you. Lovely. I'm going to bring down his breathing. It's lovely, but just a little annoying. A little too much breathing.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
And I really would like more body to her voice, even though she's sort of half whispering. Let's see if we can find some body there. We'll just use this happy available band.
Then I'm a weak traitor. 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 Then I'm a weak traitor.
There we go.
Then I'm a weak traitor. Then I'm a weak traitor. Then I'm a weak traitor.
There's also a weird sing-songiness in the T of her consonants. Let's see if we can find that and kill it.
Then I'm a weak traitor. 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 Then I'm a weak traitor.
Maybe.
Then I'm a weak traitor. Then I'm a weak traitor.
No, it's up here.
Then I'm a weak traitor. Then I'm a weak traitor.
Oh, there it is.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
There, singing away.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Yes.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Nice.
Then I'm a weak traitor. Then I'm a weak traitor.
Turn it off.
Then I'm a weak traitor. Then I'm a weak traitor.
Beautiful. Now how loud is she?
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Way too loud, but we can fix that with a little fader action.
Then I'm a,
This is going to go to touch.
then I'm a weak traitor.
That's all that needed to happen there. We'll put it back into read, double check.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Beautiful. That's about it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's about it for this. Let's double check our top.
I need exfiltration right away.
Negative, Al. Lose your tail, then head to the LC.
What if I can't?
It's a long walk home. Won't go out.
I need exfiltration right away.
I think that line could be a little bit louder now that we're comparing it with the other ones. Not much, but just a little bit. Like 2. If I could get 2 dB.
I need exfiltration right away.
Well, maybe that'll work.
I need exfiltration right away.
Sure.
Negative, Al. Lose your tail, then head to the LC.
Fine.
What if I can't?
And that one's a little loud now. A little too much excitement. And I really need more resolution. Like a 1.5 decibels.
What if I can't?
It's a long walk home. Won't go out.
Damn.
Cool. Sounds fine to me. Moving forward.
Only the most daft of rats tries to sail a sinking ship. Your choices have caught up with you, sister.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
One
I'll try it again here.
How many more do you have to kill before you're satisfied that Jones didn't leak the list?
One more. One more.
Okay.
What makes you think that I wouldn't have killed your team even if Jones wasn't a traitor?
You're a monster.
And that can be louder. She's being emphatic. After all this, me turning it down, let's bring it up about 3 dB.
You're a monster.
Sure.
Perhaps I am, but it's better than being weak, like you.
And then here.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
We got to fix this fade because there's still a bit of the light buzz in there. Make it a little closer.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
And overall, I think it can come down and be more subtle.
Then I'm a weak traitor.
Cool. All right, that's about it. And we'll, again, all of these dialogue bits, all of them, we'll tweak a little bit as we continue to move through the mixes of them all. I mean, that's just how it is. We'll just be building on top of building on top of building. And dialogue will likely get the most changes as we move forward, because not only is it the first, but it's also the most important way to get story across. Be careful when you use compressors. Use them judiciously, because the more compression you use, and what that means is the more the compressor is pushing your signal back down, the more the noise floor is being brought up. Now, it's theoretical, and you don't need to get into why that is, but just know that the more compression you use, the more that noise floor comes up. So be careful. Ideally, you want to use denoise or RX or something enough so that as you use compression, that noise floor comes up. The noise floor isn't too loud. A lot of times I find when I'm doing a mix, I'll get somebody who's done a really, really good job with dialogue editing, but because of the kind of, or the level of compression I'm having to use, I have to do another pass of denoising or RXing or whatever. Perfectly normal. Just be careful that the artifacts that you're adding aren't too much. Now, of course, you can use expanders and gates and all that, but I'd really recommend you do that only as a fallback position. I mean, we've used expanders and gates for 50 years and longer. They've worked fine, but consider them the fallback, because there is sort of a cutoff. They can sometimes chop things off. Sometimes there's like a pulsing and a weirdness that happens. And of course, then you have to go back and recut all of your room tones sometimes. So anyway, that's my theory on compression. Use it judiciously and only use expanders and gates as your fallback.